Welcome back to another S6 FAB video. Today I'm going to be working on building some bomber seats for the rat rod, some aluminum, as well as some 14 gauge mild steel. I'm going to set these up on the plasma table. Alright, so I got all the pieces that I needed cut out for one chair on the plasma table. These actually could just go together. I'll go through and dimple die these holes to the correct sizes. This is what one will look like all finished, put together here. And it'll sit something like that. I'm going to sand it at 400 grit. Same with the mild steel. Alright, so I got my pieces sanded out to 400 grit. Right now I'm just going to punch a few holes, probably just one in each corner. That way I can cleco them together and then work on laying out the rest of the holes. Ahead and broke up some material. I used 14 gauge. This seat measures out at 16 wide. So it's 16 inches, 4 inches, and then another 16 inches. And it's a 35-degree bend on both of them. Didn't get the chance to go ahead and dimple die the inside yet. Harbor Freight knockout tool set to punch some holes, and I'm going to get some pads made, some 16-inch by 16-inch leather pads made so I can strap them in here. That way it's at least somewhat comfortable. I plan on doing a lot of driving with this vehicle, so I do like the original bomber looking seats, so I'm going to stick with that plan. This is based off of Carl Fisher's Japan Custom Designs bomber seat, and I really like that design, so I kind of tweaked it. But yeah, you can design this stuff up on Fusion and cut it out on a CNC plasma table, or you can lay it out all by hand. And you don't have to do these bends. If you wanted to, you could weld the mild steel to mild steel, obviously, and then do some aluminum on the outside. Let's go ahead and start laying out some holes so we can get this thing clecoed together. In the future, rivet it all together. That'll have to be a separate episode. Remove the clecos. It's a lot easier to transport with these guys. Not that that matters to anyone but me. Trying out this new mic. I know I had some audio issues in my last video. Hopefully it's at least better this time. If you don't own any clecos, if you can find them at a yard sale, definitely pick them up. If not, MRO Tools on Amazon sells them for a relatively good deal. but they are definitely my favorite tool in the shop, at least for mock-up and fabrication tools as a whole. So I might build an Amazon list of just some good fabrication tools to have, layout tools. I feel like I can never have enough straight edges, rulers. Not a huge fan of the regular Sharpies. These long nib markers, they're essentially for hole transfers and stuff like that. But I buy these on Amazon as well as a scribe. Scribes are super essential. Yeah, I'll try to make a Amazon list to have, essential tools to have. Just like this guy right here. This is one of my favorite tools. Got everything lined out around the outside, except for this area here. I'm going to go ahead and use my Picket tool and then start plugging away at punching some holes. Punch everything onto this guy. That way everything's uniform. They all look identical. So that was the hot rod bomber seat build. This is obviously just part one. I've got to mount it in the Jeep itself, as well as rivet it all together. Paint it black, and that way the aluminum rivets offset the black paint, as well as keep the aluminum panel just a brushed aluminum. My phone just died, so I switched over to the GoPro, so hopefully the end of this video turned out good. But for right now, I'm gonna throw it in the Jeep on some 2x4s just to show you what the seat height is gonna look like. It might sit up just a little bit taller with the slider seat mount. So with the stretch in here, I want other people to be able to drive it as well. So I think the seat kicks back a little bit. I don't want it 90 degrees to the floor. It'll be kicked back and then on a slider bracket. So it may sit up an inch taller. Hopefully this week I can get some square tube bent up for the tunnel. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. Stay tuned for more.